Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And welcome, my beautiful butterflies, to Tufted Owl Cottage. I am Mama Violet, and this evening I wanted to bring you some simple comfort. I think oftentimes when we see healing sessions done, the word healing, believe it or not, can put a lot of pressure on our shoulders. So this session is simply for the comfort of your inner child. And this really affects all the chakras, but especially the root and the heart. I know that myself, has had things happen in my life as a child that I wish I could change, but I cannot. So I've learned that instead of trying to heal, sometimes it's about seeking that comfort now, as an adult or older teenager even. It's more important to seek that comfort sometimes, which is a coping mechanism, than it is to actually put the pressure on myself to heal. And I have found that many people that I talk to feel the same. So today is just about bringing it down a couple of notches. Exhaling and relaxing. We're going to kind of channel a little bit of Mr. Rogers. I'm sure most of you know who he is. He was very, very good at comforting children. For anyone that might not know who he is, Mr. Rogers was the host of a children's show here in the United States, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And he was the kindest man I've ever, I can't say known, but known of. Even when it came to trauma and emergencies, he brought comfort, explaining that first responders and others in those fields were the helpers. And so this evening I'd like to bring you just a small little bit of the comfort that he used to bring me and help you feel that love, that protection, and just understand that everything that you need is right within your own heart and your own person, your amygdala and prefrontal cortex, the synapses that fire in your own mind can create that comfort, okay? So I'm going to start by lighting a candle, partly to carry this energy to you by proxy, and partly because there's nothing or not many things more comforting than soft candlelight. So going to grab our black orchid and lotus candle. This has slowly become one of my favorite candles. Not just because of the scent, but because of that feeling. It gives me this feeling kind of like black obsidian or kyanite, of like this protection, like a dark cloak or a veil that brings forth this warm, comforting light, but still nighttime and still able to be relaxed and comforted and kind of away from the worries of the world. So this candle just brings me a lot of that comfort. So. Light this candle in the clear hope that this evening I can bring you just a bit of comfort from the things that were once programmed into your mind, from the things that bring you distress or loneliness, from the things that upset you from a very young age, and comfort and understanding that you do deserve love, protection, and all of the creature comforts that you have deserved from the very day that you were born. So, to start out, we're going to do some plucking, but it's not to take any energy away from you. It's just to kind of help cycle and generate out those thought processes that came from experiencing that trauma or experiencing that loneliness or experiencing those things that made us in the back of our heart, in the back of our mind, just feel like we are not worthy, or feel like we need to still hold on to that depressive upset that was caused not by any fault of your own. So let's start with things you think that help or make you hold on to that, which does not, I don't want to say serve you so much as help you understand that you don't deserve that loneliness, you don't deserve that depression, you don't deserve that sadness. You don't deserve that sadness. That's the word right there. I think there's a deep, deep sadness that happens when we can't let go of or hold in our subconscious things that did or didn't happen to us when we were very young. For instance, Maybe there was a parent that wasn't there. Maybe there were two parents that weren't there. Foster care or young age emancipation. Or equally bad, maybe it's that both parents or one parent wasn't there, but they were not emotionally present. And that can be incredibly hurtful to think to yourself, why are my parents here, or why is my parent here and they don't comfort me, love me, protect me. Like my friend's parents or another family member's parents. And I know for a lot of us, and it still goes on now, but for a lot of us, I think being latchkey kids of the 80s and 90s, our parents were in this generation where it was the first generation where they both had to work. And that created a very different dichotomy than many generations before. So it's like they still held on to many of the old beliefs of reprimand and punishment, but gentle parenting wasn't really a thing yet. And so they still held on to some of those old beliefs of punishment and reprimand, and yet we're gone all the time. So I think sometimes it felt like to some of us that they were only there to reprimand us and leave again. Does that make sense? So we want to kind of just pull some of the thoughts that stem from that out of that amygdala, out of that hippocampus, out of that prefrontal cortex. And either remove them or wash them aside. Sometimes deep within our mind, we're not ready to let go of something yet, simply because we have not processed it. And that's okay. That's okay. Just for this evening or this morning, I'd just like to bring you some comfort in knowing that you are not alone. You are not alone in what you experienced. You are not alone in your sadness. You are not alone in your confusion. You're not alone in sometimes thinking, like, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Sometimes it feels like we have everything we need, right? It's like I have a home, or I have friends, I have enough to eat, and we kind of denounce our own needs and put aside our own feelings and emotions because we feel almost ashamed or like we're not grateful or thankful for what we have because we think, why can I not process in my mind why I'm feeling sad, why I'm feeling upset, why I'm feeling alone? unfortunately, we're all kind of spoon-fed the idea that if we're not thankful, then we should remember that someone always has it worse than we do. And that might be true. I mean, there may always someone that seemingly has it worse than you do, but you are the only one living within your own mind. You're the one that resides here. And so everything you feel, everything you think is valid, it's important, and it deserves to be brought out, validated, and comforted. So whatever it is you're feeling that stems from that inner child, that stems from that childhood, I'm here to tell you right now that you are validated. It is warranted. And I would like to comfort you from that. Okay? So, let's see what kind of tools we're going to be called to use this evening. I think first we're going to start with a bit of my mossy lavender water. I like to use essential oils, but sometimes I just like to let some lavender, moss, rosemary, things of that sort just steep in water for a few days. And it creates this amazing scent of just really, really subtle, watery herbs. I call it my herbal Kool-Aid. Not to be mistaken with the Kool-Aid. Sorry if that was loud. So we're just going to put a bit of this on my palm. Put this down next to me. Just kind of rub it in, and I'd like to use the scent of smooth green moss and lavender to just kind of relax you, bring you to the forest, or bring you to a comforting place. It could be any place you like, your choice. Completely up to you where that happy place takes you, because I just want you to know it's a place you deserve to be. So we're going to take some deep breaths in of the lavender water. Ready? Draw out those thoughts we don't need. Breath in, shallow or deep, whatever you're comfortable with. Draw out those thoughts we don't deserve. Draw out those feelings of not being worthy, not being loved. Because those childhood wounds, they go deep, don't they? They go very deep, and sometimes they don't make any sense. I know. But I'm here to tell you they do make sense. They are valid. And it's okay, because I'm with you. You're not alone. Let's find out what we can use for some comfort. Again, not healing. This is not about healing. This is not pressure. This is not a session where you need to to heal anything if you don't want to. If it turns out that it does help you heal, all the better. Right now, we're just going to love that inner child for a while, okay? Start with some jasper and ruby. Sprinkle a little heart chakra fairy dust. I love crystals and stones. They're so cleansing and comforting. The tapping is so relaxing. Start with some jasper just to kind of bring comfort, bring rooting within nature, bring some love, just kind of feel that breeze of green trees. The jaspers are so reminiscent of like lily pads in the pond, like Monet paintings, if you've ever seen like Monet's water lilies. For some reason, that's what jasper reminds me of oftentimes. It's so great. So, just a little bit of rooting in nature and enjoying the lily pads on the pond with the crickets and the frogs ribbiting and singing. Good. And then pink, ruby. It's just kind of meant to bring warmth and comfort this evening. Just warmth and comfort, that's all. No obligations, no pretending. One of the things that I have a hard time with, and I know many do, is I think when we seek counseling, which I highly recommend if it's needed, medical care counseling, please seek it. Sometimes when we do seek it, I feel like we think that we need to prove something or say that we've healed. Like we think, okay, I've been going to counseling for 6 months or a year and I haven't healed yet, but I better tell them I have, because then maybe they'll think it's not working, or maybe there's something wrong with me. No. There's nothing wrong with you, love. It's not always about healing. Healing is good. It's very, very good. Healing is necessary. Healing is very, very helpful to the psyche and the emotions. And if and when you do heal, I am over the moon for you. But if for right now, you're just looking for that comfort, that's okay too. That's okay too. That's okay too. Okay? I think I'm going to get my indigo stone. This is just to kind of help you visualize yourself as the master of wonders that you are. Just to help you visualize how incredible you truly are. Visualize the love that you deserve. Visualize the care that you deserve. Visualize the happiness that you deserve, love. Because you do. You do. I think you're incredible. You're a part of this community, and it's the most amazing community I've ever experienced, and you're a part of that. You are not alone. You are worthy. You are validated. You are not alone. You are worthy. You are validated. You are not alone. You are worthy. You are validated. Good. Okay. I think I'm not going to say finish or end this session, because as far as I'm concerned, you can come back to this as many times as you like, and this is a non-linear session. It's open and exceeds time and space limits and rules, and it's very non-linear. Go back again and again and see me and just experience whatever you need to, because this is about you and your validation, your experiences, and your self-comfort, as well as comfort from others. So let's kind of get that selenite wand to clear out anything that might be blocking you from having that experience as many times as you need to, okay? My trusty, rusty selenite wand. I'm just kind of going over your person. Just kind of going over your heart. All the way down those chakras, from the soul star to the root. Kind of getting at your feet. We're going to back up to see your beautiful face. Hi. I hope you know that no matter what is going on in your life, I am always happy to see you. Every single one of you. I feel like I want to be here, and I want to help, and I want to help people be comforted, but I feel like I get so much from you. And I'm so thankful for that, and thank you. I want to give you exactly what you give me, and that is comfort and love. Okay. The bottom line is, just know that whatever you feel, whatever stems from that inner child, it's valid. And it's worth exploring when you're ready. Don't let anyone force you to do anything you don't want to do. This is about you and when you are ready, my love, my friend, my butterfly. I'm so glad that you were able to spend this time with me, and I'm so thankful. And you know, take what you need. If you need comfort, if you need love, if you need acknowledgement and validation, then seek that, find that, and take it. It's okay to take what you need. And it's okay to give back. Oftentimes, when we're adults, we feel like we have to make sure everyone else is okay. And like I said before, we feel like if we are feeling some kind of way, that we shouldn't take what we need. But I'm here to tell you that you have every right to take what you need, so that you can be comforted, so that you can take care of others, okay? Good. In the meantime, I hope that you sleep or rest. Sleep or rest. Sleep or rest. Ever so sweetly, my friend. We're not going to say goodbye on this video. We're just going to say sleep sweet. And come back to this non-linear session as many times as you like, my friend. Rest well.